impressions? Do you like impressions? Here's my impression of Alex Heller on ski trip. Raphael! I love that. Okay, you guys, our next comedian, I hope he's tall because I can't read. Our next comedian, we chose his sin to be envy. Because he's wearing green today, put your palms together even if they clammy off a damn Selinger.
Any Catholics here tonight? Catholics, make some noise! Alright, not too much noise. Not too much. Don't forget your training. If you are Catholic, saw your new Pope. Nicely done. Mazel tov on the new Pope. I was kind of disappointed though. The Pope is still old. Like, downer. I was hoping with the new Pope we'd get like a young, hip Pope. Like the Bam Margera of popes. Like the day he's announced there's white smoke, he just out of the St. Peter's Basilica like, this is Jackass Vatican City! Woo! It'd be amazing. He'd replace the sacramental wine with Jägermeister, because it's the nectar of heroes. Just have Steve-O hide in his office cupboard so every time a cardinal came in to visit, if he didn't support gay marriage, Steve-O just right in the balls. Yeah, that's okay to applaud. Unless you like cardinals and not gay marriage, in which case, I think he'd like repaint the Sistine Chapel. So the creation of Adam has like skater shoes and he's going in for a high five. God's got like a backwards baseball hat, and even though Adam's doing a high five, God's got a turkey because he knows what's going on. But they're still just barely not touching, because even Bam Margera knows Michelangelo, fucking genius, not to be trifled with, just branded. I will say though, we had Easter a little while ago. Anybody celebrate Easter? Yeah. All right, cool. I gotta say, I really do admire. I have some friends that are religious and have faith, and I really do admire that. But no problem, bud. My religious friend is here tonight. But now I've publicly approved of your faith. No, I do admire it. It's not a joke. But I do have to say, every time like a female friend of mine gets into like Jesus and her love of Jesus and his love of her, I can't help but wonder like, all right, let's say he were to call you on that and just come down and invite you to a casual caffeine coffee date. Like, could you date Jesus? Because that's complicated. Like, his father is very involved. He's kind of everywhere, in all things. You probably have to meet all 12 of his friends that just follow him everywhere and write down everything you say. It's like TMZ and robes. You can never keep their names straight. There's like Mark, Matthew, John, Turtle. I think he's the asshole or something. And then every once in a while I'd be like, okay, but what about my birthday, you know? I'm graduating soon, and I've started realizing I want to do more college humor before telling jokes about college gets like weird and sad in 3 months. So I will say though, I'm really glad I'm not a freshman anymore. Specifically because as a freshman, I felt like whenever I got into like a good conversation with a senior, we always reached that point where I didn't pick up on a cultural reference, and he'd be like, wait, what year were you born? Oh my God, are you serious? I was 3 then. Like, I don't know where he goes from it. Like, do you know what I was doing then? I was forming sentences. I mixed colors for the first time. And I was in pull-ups. You were in diapers and a baby Bjorn like a little bitch. Friendship over. I was on the L the other day, and I love being on the L and finding drunk people on the L. Sometimes it's just better than cable. But particularly when I saw this one guy who was clearly very drunk, and he just decided, like, he got up, he stood up suddenly and nobly and was like, I gotta get my friends home. And just belaboredly walked over to study the red line map. Yup. And watching the gears turn in that situation. Just like, hold on, you guys, bro. Tiffany, shut up. Tiffany, I hate you. I just noticed something. This map is a straight line. I know. It's like 50-50, we're going the right way. I don't know. I'm gonna check my compass. It's on my phone. I know how to use it. I'm from Minnesota. Give me a second. Yeah, this says we're westbound. That doesn't sit right with me. Did we pass Chicago? And then before he and his friends got off the train, I just noticed this guy, it's middle of February, like -5 degrees with wind chill. He wasn't wearing a jacket. He had like jeans and just a canvas shirt. That's it. And I stopped him on the way out. I was like, whoa, man, aren't you going to be cold? And he was like, well, it'll be hot when we get there, and I'm from Minnesota. Which I don't understand why being a state makes you qualified for anything. Like, I've never been to Minnesota, but based on this guy, I assume they just take all infants straight from the womb, douse them in ice water, give them a compass, and point them true north. Off you go! He's like, here's a satchel of cheese curds for the trip. Trying to go to the gym more lately, which I think is just everyone all the time. No one's like, I'm not really trying to work out that much more. I'm trying. And it's tough, but to help myself stay motivated, I've started watching really shitty action movies while I jog, because it's just good perspective, you know? I'll be running and be like, well, I'm sore, but it could be worse. I could be like Bruce Willis in Die Hard and be running on glass, just angry Germans everywhere. It's like, it could be worse. I could be Sean Astin climbing up the scalding hot slope of Mount Doom with an effeminate hobbit on my back. You know, it's like, it could be worse. I could be like Mel Gibson in the, shit, I could be Mel Gibson. Oh my, running's not so hard when millions of people don't hate you. It's my second wind. I was hanging out with a friend the other day, and he like dropped his phone, he picked it up, and he just went, there's no use in crying over spilled milk. Which I thought about, like, that phrase still applies, I think, in a lot of ways, you know? It's like, no use in crying over spilled jamba, just take a multivitamin, have a banana, and chew on some ice. That's the experience without the whimsical names. You basically covered it. Or it's like, there's no use in crying over spilled bromine. It's very lethal. It's a highly lethal, vaporous chemical. Crying will increase the likelihood you burn your lungs. Just open a window. Or it's like, there's no use in crying over spilled booze. If you have like a really nice whiskey and you spill it, there's no use in crying over it. Just drink it. It's right there. There's no germs, it's alcohol. That's science. That's how science works at 3 a.m. Or especially like if it's Jägermeister, there's no use in crying there, because in comes Pope Bam. I got it. In nomine Patri et Filii et Viva la Bam. Thanks guys, I'm Dan.